everybody, I'm Katie.
And Kim.
And we're That's What She Said, back with another Rules and Tools. And if you might notice, this is going to be similar to our Rules and Tools, but Kim and I have a little bit of a cold thing going
sorry.
on.
We share a lot of stuff. Games, colds.
Yeah.
All that stuff. So
if you think that I'm like Patty or Thelma from The Simpsons, Marge's sisters.
That's what we were going for. It's our next cosplay.
That's what I'm working on right now.
Getting into character.
But today we have a really exciting game that we got to
get. This is really cool. Like, we're some of the first people to get to play this game, and now we get to share it with you.
Right. So the game is Village Pillage, and this game what we'll show you today is just kind of a playtest version, kind of a preview version.
Yeah, so some of the art you see may not be the final art, so be on the lookout, but the art that is on here now is really cool. So I hope I'm sure they're going to stick with some of these designs, but just keep in mind if things don't have images on them, this is a playtest copy that we're showing you today, because this is just going to be launching on Kickstarter.
Yes, it's so exciting. So Village Pillage is designed by Tom Lang and Peter C. Hayward, and the art is by Tanya Walker. And Jellybean Games is putting this game out, and we're really excited. They do lots of family-friendly, like really easy, light, fun games.
Yeah.
And so this is no exception. It's a 2 to 5 player game, but there's also the 2-player is a separate kind of variant, which we'll go over as you'll see later.
Yep. Yeah, and I think what we kind of enjoyed about this game, and kind of what Jellybean Games focuses on, this is a great game, like Katie said, for families.
Yes.
This is definitely going to be, now you're not going to be able to bring your little ones in on this one, I don't think, just yet, but definitely your more experienced younger gamers, maybe even 6 or so. This is, I think, a fairly easy game for them to pick up. So definitely, if it's one that you're interested in, go check out the Kickstarter and give it a thumbs up.
So let's show you how it's played. Okay, so let's talk through the setup of Village Pillage. So first, you'll see that everyone has the starting hand. So this is your hand. Everyone gets these first 4 cards. You have a green farmer, the red army card, the blue wall card, and the yellow trader. And they each have different abilities. So this farmer here, you gain 3 turnips if you play it. The army, you can steal 4 turnips if you play it. However, that's only if your opponent plays a green card or a yellow card. Your wall, if your opponent plays a red card, they get to steal 1 turnip and bank 1 turnip, and banking goes in your vault. We'll talk about in a second. Any other color they play, you get to gain a turnip and you get to bank a turnip. And then with your yellow trader, you can buy a relic. And if you're unable to buy a relic, you can then buy a card for 1 turnip. And we'll talk about the cards up here in the market in a second. And then you've got your vault. Everyone has a vault. You start with 1 turnip in your vault and 1 turnip out of your vault. Your vault can hold up to 5 turnips. The turnips in your vault cannot be stolen. And so when it says here on your wall to bank 1, that means you will put a turnip into one of the empty spots in your vault. So anytime it tells you to bank a turnip, they're going into your vault and they're secure from a card like your army, which steals. Also on your vault is where you place your relics. And then the numbers on these relics show you how much it costs to buy that particular relic. So it's 8 to buy the scepter, 9 to buy the crown, and 10 turnips to buy your throne. Then another handy thing about your vault is that it shows kind of the turn order. So when you resolve cards that you play, you start with green ones, then you resolve blue ones, red ones, and finally your yellow ones.
Now up here in the draw pile, this is where you're going to be able to get even better cards to add to your hand. So you'll start out with your starting hand, but each of these, as you can see, are still color coordinated. So they're going to work similar to those starting cards that you had, but they're going to give you better abilities. So in this case, the Florist is going to let you, if it's up against an army card, gain 5, but your opponent gets to steal 2. With any other type of card, this card lets you gain 5 turnips. So this is a great card to have early on, especially as people start stealing. But it will help you really start being able to get a lot of turnips over in your garden to prepare to put in your vault. The bard here is kind of an upgrade to the trader. So he's also going to let you buy a relic. Or, if unable, you get to gain 1 turnip and take the top card from the deck. So this would kind of be a blind pull at this point. The cathedral here goes along with our wall. Now again, if it's up against an army, you get to steal 3 and bank 1. If it's up against any other card, you get to buy a card from up here for 1 turnip. So this is another great one. These buy cards are good to have because the more you can get into your hand, the more options you have to block opponents, gain more turnips, put more into your vault, and etc. And the Berserker. And the Berserker will allow you to steal 6 turnips if it's played against a green or a yellow card. And remember, that's 6 turnips that aren't in your vault. If it's up against a wall, your opponent steals 1. Now you'll notice here, it doesn't have what happens if it goes up against another red card. So then that card has no effect. And then as you buy cards, they will be replenished as you buy them.
About your relics. So the relics can only be bought when you use one of these yellow cards, which have the diamond symbol. There are the 3 different relics that you have to buy in order to complete your kingdom, which allows you to win. These cards that allow you to buy relics, they say buy relic, and then they have an if unable option. So if you do not have the required number of turnips to buy a relic, then you can do the second option on the card. But if you have 8 for the first, you're going to buy the first relic. And then 9 and then 10. So you must buy them in order as well. All right, so let's show you kind of how to play a few rounds and show you how the gameplay works. Okay, so on your turn, everyone is going to take their starting hand and they're going to look through it and choose 2 cards. And so you're going to look at what your cards are going to give you. So each person will pick 2 and 1 will go next to their opponent on their right and the other will go face down to their opponent on the left. So each person is going to choose 2 cards to face off against their neighbors. Then once everyone has chosen their 2 cards, everyone will flip to reveal what they played.
So at that point, now you're going to resolve, and this is where that little color icon and the symbol icon at the bottom of your vault is going to help you understand in what order you resolve your cards. So you'll start here with green. That's also kind of a, you could say a lime symbol almost. I believe it is called a farmer symbol, so I apologize. You'll start with the farmer symbol, that's green. So we'll start with our green cards. So if we start here, this green card was played against the blue card. So you're looking here, what do I get to do? So I played blue. So this player gets to gain 3 turnips.
And they don't go in your vault.
They do not go in your vault yet. Now we'll come around over here. We have 2 more green cards to resolve. 2 green cards played against each other, so each of these players also will gain 3 turnips. Again, you're just kind of looking at that box here on the side to tell you how they resolve against each other. Here we have a green card against a blue card. So again, that tells us, oh, I get to gain 3 turnips. So it comes over here. And that is all of our green cards resolved at this point. So next we'll move on to blue or the wall. So again, we'll start here.
So this blue card is being played against a green card. So that green farmer symbol is down here. So this person gains 1 turnip that goes into their stockpile. And then they also get to bank one of the turnips they already have. And so that will go right into their vault. The same with over here. This person is the same thing. They played against the green. That green says, okay, this person gains 1 turnip. And then they get to bank 1 into their vault.
And then lastly over here, now we have a blue card against a yellow card. Still the same result though, gain 1 and bank 1. Now you'll notice like in this round, As we move on, now we're looking for the red or the army cards. Most of the time in your opening hand, you're probably not going to play an army card because no one's going to have any to steal from. They're not going to have, now that you're starting to see, hey, people have turnips hanging out that aren't being banked yet. So right now in this first opening hand, we don't have any army cards to resolve, but you'll see that change very quickly as each of the players start to gain more turnips.
And then we're going to end with the orange symbol or the diamond. And one player played the trader. Now the trader says buy relic. Since the trader actually is the final color to be resolved, you might have gained turnips from your other card that could allow you to buy a relic. The first relic is 8 turnips. So your 8 turnips can count what's in your vault and what's outside of your vault. This player over here only has 6 turnips, so they can't buy a relic. So if unable, they buy a card for 1 turnip. So they can go out here to the market, spend 1 of their turnips, either in the vault or outside, and they can pick a card. And they say, okay, wow, there's some good cards out here. It's early. I think I'm really going to want to gain a lot of turnips so I can start getting those artifact cards. So they're going to take one out of the market, put it into their hand, and a new one comes out.
And they'll be able to play that card starting next round. It's available to them. So at this point, this is the end of this round. Nobody bought any artifacts. So these cards will go back in each respective player's hand. And you would move on to the next round. Each player again then selecting 2 cards to play against each one of their opponents. Anyone that bought a card may now have a new card available to them. So you're going to keep that in mind because now it's starting to diversify. There are different cards to pull from. There are different things to go up against. Now you're going to start seeing that army card come out.
Okay, so now we've kind of played a few rounds. We've got some more turnips out there. A couple people here have got some relics, and we've got some extra cards in the hand. So we're going to choose 2 from each hand. So we're looking at, okay, what can we do? Okay, you're going to place them towards your neighbor on the right and the left to face off. All right, and then everyone reveals once everyone has played.
There's no good way to keep these straight.
No. All right, so we're going to resolve in order of the card. So we'll start with our green.
So we have 1 green on the table here. This florist was played, although it was played against an army card. So in that case, this person will gain 5, but their opponent gets to steal 2 of those. 2, 3, 4, 5 turnips. But their opponent over here now gets 2 of them. Oops.
All right. And that's the only green card, so we'll move on to the blue, the wall. And we have lots of blue out on the board. So we'll start over here with the toll bridge. The toll bridge was actually played against a yellow, a diamond. So that means that the person gets to steal 2, including banked turnips. And they steal the unbanked turnips first. So there are plenty here to steal. So we don't have to touch the person's bank. So they got 2, and they have a lot going on over here. This person back here played the moat, and the moat is being played against this army, this fighting symbol. So this person gains 2 turnips, steals 3. Whoa. So they take 2 from the supply, and they steal 3 from the person they played it against.
Ouch.
They got some serious turnips going on over there.
And then lastly over here we have the labyrinth. So this was played against the florist card. So this allows them to gain 1 and bank 2 of those. So they get to gain 1 here. And now they can protect, they have their vault entirely full. So now they have at least 5 turnips that pretty much nobody can touch except for that one particular card that does let your opponent steal banked turnips.
Okay, so now we've done the blue. We're going to move on to the army symbol, the red cards. So right here we've got the Berserker. The Berserker is being played against a blue wall card, which actually this is a great one that this person played because this person's opponent gets to steal one turnip from them. So that was the only color that really worked against it. So they get to steal this turnip. Ooh, they're rolling.
Yeah, so you may play a card thinking you're going to get to steal 6 from your neighbor, and it could totally backfire, and they're going to get to take 1 from you. So over here, we have the cut purse. This is another fun one. So in this case, this was a successful steal. It was played here against a diamond card. So they're going to get to steal 6 turnips from that opponent. So right now, this player is loaded.
Flush with turnips. They're the turnip master.
So next round, yeah, chances are they're going to play a card that's going to let them buy a relic. And everybody on either side of them is probably going to play a card that's going to let them try to steal turnips.
All right, and finally, we're going to play this diamond cards, all the orange cards. So right here we've got this trader. This person can buy a relic, and they don't have any, so the first one is 8. So they got 2, 4, 6, 8, plenty of turnips. So they're going to pay their 8, and they're going to take their scepter relic.
Nice.
Lay it out there.
So now, and then over here, we have the Bard being played. So this is another fun yellow card here. So they could buy a relic, but they don't have enough turnips at this point. They only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Because they got all their stolen.
Because they got all of their stolen. So if not, they're going to be able to instead pay 1 turnip here and take the top card from the deck. So they don't know what they're getting. And in this case, pretty decent card, the Mason here. So they're going to be able to gain 4 unless it's played against a wall card. And then instead, gain a little bit different, steal some, and bank some. So pretty all-around good card here. That's going to go in their hand. And no one knows what they got. So we showed you, of course, but none of the other players, they don't have to expose that card. They just get to take one off the top, and in their hand it goes. So Bard's a fun card.
Yeah. All right, and that's in the round. So play will continue until someone has bought their 3 relics and filled up their relic track. And then now they have a kingdom, and they can take charge over all these other villages that they have pillaged, so they can become the kingdom. And that's how you win Village Pillage.
All right, and so now let's take a minute and we want to walk you through the 2-player variant. It is played very similar. I mean, you have the same starting hand here. So again, farmer, wall, army, and trader. But you'll notice here that the vault is different. So with a 2-player game, you'll just flip your vault card over. It has only 3 turnips that you can bank. And then you'll see here that your relics, a little bit cheaper to purchase for the 2-player game.
Okay, so now with your 2-player game, you have the same starting hand. But when you go to play, instead of laying out 2, obviously you're only playing against 1 person, you will still lay out 2 cards. You will just pick 1 to go down first, and then you've got 1 after that's almost like an on-deck kind of card that will get played in your next round. So then what will happen during gameplay, so you've got your cards laid down, you'll flip it over, and you'll resolve just like normal. So we'll start with the green. We both played green. We each take 3 turnips. Go over here.
Yeah, for me.
You also started with 1 banked and 1 not banked for your turnips. Then what would happen, this card goes back into your hand. You slide your second card up, and then you will place another card right here to come up next.
So the sneaky thing about this 2-player game is that you have to think 2 steps ahead almost of your opponent. So you're only playing this one, and then you got to start to think about what are they going to play after that? What am I going to need to block? What am I going to want to do? So it's a different thinking strategy in a way than trying to play against 2 separate opponents. All right, I picked mine.
And then we'll reveal.
Oh boy.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Dang it. So we're going to resolve. We have no green, no blue, right to red.
So I get to take her money.
She steals my 4 turnips, which sucks. That's all right. I can't buy a relic now, but I'm going to play my 1 sad turnip from my vault, and I'm going to buy a better card.
Uh-oh.
And I think I'm going to take this guy to the tax. That's pretty great. Go into my hand. New card comes out. This card goes back. At any point in time, you can look and check and see what you played, but you can't change it.
Oh boy.
Then you go ahead and you lay down a new card. And you guys will reveal the next one. We both play wall. So since they're both blue, so I want to resolve. Each gain 1, bank 1. All right. And then you keep playing in the same manner. Going, moving, playing a secondary card. Buying relics until someone reaches the 3 relics and has a kingdom. So that's Village Pillage. The Kickstarter for this game goes live Friday, March 23rd. So if you're viewing this after that date, go out to Kickstarter, find Village Pillage, and back this.
Yeah, I think this is a great, my favorite part of this game is it's something that's small. It's a fun little filler game. Honestly, it's very easy to take somewhere. Super, I mean, you saw the components. There's not a lot that you have to pick up and carry, so this is a great travel game. Great, again, like I said earlier, for families to sit down. This is one that you could take to picnics this summer or holiday events. And I think it's very easy to learn and teach, which I thought was very helpful. The symbols are on the cards. Once you understand that concept, it's pretty easy to understand, okay, I look at the symbol and that's what it tells me to do. And that's what I really liked about that. It was very quick to pick up.
Oh, yeah.
And it was really fun. It didn't have... it was just fun. I enjoyed it with... I think it's just as cool with 2 players.
And I think it's one of those games that... It throws back to like playing War or those kind of really simple card games when you're younger, but there's these extra little things to it. They're like, okay, I know that you bought that card from the market and you can steal from me unless I play, a blue card.
Yeah.
So I need it. Are you going to play that now? I don't know. Do you need more turnips? What's happening?
Yeah.
So there's that extra element to it. There's
a little bit of strategy there. And
I
think that's great for young gamers to start learning that. This is a great way for them to start thinking about those choices in games. So it's a good way to start building up that thought process overall.
Right. My favorite thing about it is the art.
Oh, yeah.
It's adorable. Like, all the different townspeople that you see and, the wall. And it's very...
I love the wall. That one could be my favorite.
He's so super cute. It has like that Disney kind of Don Bluth, those cartoon element to it. So it's fun. Just whimsical. And I think that the different characters really embody what they're representing, which I think is cute too. And the coloring of it, that element makes it very easy, the coding kind of thing too.
Yeah, like it adds to that level of ease of understanding.
Right. But it's nice that if you are colorblind, there's the symbols too.
Exactly.
So you've got symbology plus color. But if you can see the color, that's like a nice little bonus, I think I really like about it.
Yeah. And I would agree too. I think this game, we talked about it when we first played it, there is plenty of room for expansions for this.
Definitely.
So please do that.
Right. I know you're just launching,
so many other things, but I mean, I think that this has a lot of potential that you could add more different villages in there. So it could certainly be a fun little game to see grow. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think it's a great game for casual gamers and even more in-depth gamers when you just want something fun to sit down and play with your friends and family.
For sure. And I know Jellybean Games likes to keep their games light and at that very family-oriented level.
Job on this one.
But if they ever want to make, like a gamer expansion, add little, side quests or something.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of different things you could do with
It would be so great because I think the basics, the bones that are there are just excellent.
Yep, very well done.
It's a really fun game. So definitely go out there, look for the Kickstarter, and back Village Pillage.
Yep, it's got a recommendation from us, so
2 thumbs way up.
Yep, absolutely.
So if you liked this rules and tools and you want to see more, Kim and I have other videos out there. Go to the Boardgame Mechanics on YouTube.
Yep.
Also, the Boardgame Mechanics is on Facebook.
So hit us up.
Yeah.
We're on there chatting a lot. So are the other Boardgame Mechanics. It's a great little community of the Riveted.
Great. So if you are interested in podcasts and Facebook chats and videos, Boardgame Mechanics has it all. And so we're Katie and Kim. That's what she said.
Let us know what you want to learn next.
Yes.
We'll get it on the table for you.
Thank you.